first day and everything?
It's great to get back out there. It's always kind of tough sitting around waiting for practice, especially being a fifth-year guy. So it was a lot of fun to get back out there.
You've been pretty patient throughout your career. What is it like now that you don't have any seniors ahead of you, and it seems like the path to playing time is kind of there if you can take it?
I mean, I had some great guys playing in front of me for the last 4 years, so I'm fortunate to now have my opportunity to go and make what I can out of this.
What is that like? I mean, being the only senior of the inside linebackers, and you feel like the veteran of the group?
Yeah, I do. It's kind of funny being the old guy, but still we're all the same amount of experience. None of us really have very many starts under our belt, so it's a little bit of a different feeling, but I do feel like I'm kind of the veteran in the group.
Do you sense it any different? I mean, I know it's only one practice, so it's tough to get a gauge, but I mean, you lost so many seniors from last year's defense. Is it any different this year with that much inexperience out there?
I mean, the first day, no matter if you have experience or not, the first day is always rusty compared to the second day and the third day and, the 15th day. So there was a little bit of rust today that we have to knock off, but I'm confident this group will get it done just like the last groups have.
There was some talk about the team sort of getting together and trying to find a renewed toughness and things like that. I mean, has that been a point of emphasis, or has that sort of been overstated?
We got together and decided that it was time to get back to, the championship caliber defense and the championship caliber offense that this, Virginia Tech has had, and I think that the guys really bought in. And we're gonna show some toughness this year.
What's the biggest thing, I guess, as a group? I mean, because you've got, like you said, you lost so much last year. Where are you all? Do you feel like as a group with the linebackers and are you far from where you need to be? I mean, is it like a work in progress, I guess, at this point?
It's definitely a work in progress. It's always a work in progress. You can always get better. There's no such thing as perfection. But we're coming along. We're going to move real fast, and I'm confident that the young guys can pick it up. And mentally, I feel confident, and now it's a matter of seeing it and doing it, not just being in the classroom. So it's a reps thing at this standpoint, and we're going to try to pack a year's worth of experience into 15 days in the spring and then the summer workouts, so we can be ready for the fall.
Is there pressure on the linebacker position in particular? Because, I mean, you lose 7 starters, but the guys in the defensive line got a lot of reps last year. The secondary guys got a lot of reps last year. So, I mean, do you feel like as linebackers that there's a lot of onus on you to catch up and to be at that level more quickly?
I mean, yeah, every group needs to hold their own, and like you said, those guys have more experience than we do, and we refuse as a linebackers group to be the one that's going to hold this team back, so we're going to catch up as fast as we can.
What does Bud tell you in terms of leadership and needing something on the defense?
There's a lot of experienced guys on the team. We have good leadership. We have, I think, 5 seniors, and a couple of them have been playing for 4 or 5 years now, or 3 or 4 years now. But there's always room for leaders to step up, and Bud's big on not having to have a rah-rah guy. If you can lead by example and show these guys, the younger guys, how to run to the ball every play and just have unmatched effort, that's just as good of a leader as somebody that's talking every single play.
You're at Mike, is that right?
Yeah.
You've played both in your career, haven't you?
Yeah.
Is there more comfort at the mic, or what's the difference?
Yeah, I always felt I was a true Mike. I like being the one calling the signals and setting the front and doing things like that. That's what I was comfortable with. That's what I did in high school. But I have no problem moving over to backer and playing a little bit hybrid inside-outside guy too. That's always fun getting in space. So, but I would prefer to play Mike.
Has it been tough over these years to kind of wait your turn?
Yeah. Yes and no. I mean, that's the staple of a good program. If a guy comes in as a freshman and is starting right away, it's a question on whether the older guys were good or if that kid is just an amazing player. And I think that with a lot of these big-time programs, the guys come in, you have to wait your turn because there's always great players in front of you, and I feel like that's what happened here.
How much have you learned from Jack Tyler over the last couple of years?
I've learned so much from Jack. Jack and I are good friends. I feel we're similar athletes and we're similar style of player. And me and Jack still talk to this day. I've learned countless things from him and been able to help him a little bit on his way, and he's helped me a whole lot on my way.
Just drives me to work harder, get better, work on every aspect of my game to make sure that doesn't happen again.
Do you feel like it's the first step toward putting that behind you?
Oh yeah, of course. Something like that is probably always going to linger around until, you know, your next game. So I just, like I said, just try to get better, make sure it doesn't happen again.
Feel like you're on pace with your receivers at this point?
Yeah, I think so. You know, we had a lot of work in the offseason. You know, I've been throwing to those same guys for a couple years now. So, you know, as far as our chemistry and stuff, it's pretty good, but it can always be better.
What's your early take on Andrew Ford, the freshman?
You know, Andrew, he's a really smart kid. You know, he knows football. He came from a really good high school. Like, his football coach was really good. So he's picking up everything pretty well. You know, he just has to get used to the game speed, that type of stuff.
Is there a comfort now, Mark? I mean, you've been kind of the backup now for a few years, but you've kind of had that time to kind of learn and stuff even under Coach Leffler last year. I mean, is it a lot different this time around?
You know, it is a little bit different now. You know, being the driver of everything. You know, just like I said, just being the quarterback, leading everybody and stuff. It's a little different, but you know, I'm excited and I'm just ready to take on the challenge.
What do you feel like you have to improve on before you can sort of show everyone that you deserve the starting position?
You know, really everything. You know, you can never be good or too good at, you know, your game. So I just try to improve on, you know, just my leadership skills, you know, reading the defense, understanding defenses better, you know, getting my tempo, my drops right, and just trying to work on everything, really.
Coach talked about, you know, after the bowl game, you kind of took it upon yourself to kind of, I guess, own how you played and take the off season and get better. You got a couple other guys coming in too, so just tell me a little bit about what competition's going to be like.
You know, competition is good. You know, it keeps the pressure on you at all times, and it just brings out the best of you. So the more competition we have, the better. You know, just going to make all of us better as a whole group as quarterbacks.
He said today that the top priority is the quarterback position and finding that guy, whoever is that the pressure on you and the other guys to perform?
Yeah, I mean, it does. You know, every day counts, every rep counts. You know, like you said, nothing's set in stone. It's still open. So all of us are just going out there and try to, you know, make statements and just separate ourselves from everybody else.
Mark, how further along is the offense the first day of practice this spring as compared to the first day of practice last spring?
It's night and day, to be honest. You know, last year around this time, we were kind of all over the place. Everybody was learning the offense. It was brand new, but you know, we got a lot of our older veteran guys back, so everything was able to run a lot smoother today.
Mark, Coach also said that, you know, it doesn't matter if this is a great football team if the quarterback's not great. He was pretty clear about that. So here again, no pressure or anything, but it's hey, you got to know that it's kind of on you, isn't it?
It is. You know, like I said, every day, you know, I'm a fifth-year senior. You know, I'm the oldest guy, so you know, I'm already put as the #1 quarterback. But like I said, nothing's set in stone. I still have to work every day, get better, just keep separating myself from the pack.
How confident are you in your ability to hold on to the #1 spot going into the fall?
You know, I'm confident. You know, I like to go out there and compete. You know, Motley and Ford, they're going to keep pushing me to get better. I'm going to push them to get better. So the more competition, the better.
Sorry if you've been asked this, but I mean, I read that, you know, you finally sat down and watched the Sun Bowl film and kind of critiqued yourself. What do you think that needs to happen for you to take that next step now during the spring? What do you need to do individually?
You know, from the bowl game, really, my feet were slow. I was really slow. I was indecisive, you know, and that's what I really try to work on in the offseason with Coach, you know, just being able to get my pre-snap reads so I can be more decisive and get my feet quicker, get the ball out quicker.
How was that? You were on period like 42 out there. What's going on?
Yeah, it was good to get. It was a little shock to the system, but it was good to be back out there. I get kind of tired of it. It's important lifting weights, but I'd much rather be out there playing actual football. So it was good. I think we handled it pretty well today.
All right. The obvious question is, you know, we don't have a Logan to throwing you the ball every time. So, what's it like out there with a trio of guys, and you know, does the mission change at all, and how are they looking, I guess? How are you looking? How's that work?
I think we have to be, as receivers, I mean, we got to work on ourselves, focus on ourselves and getting better, but it's our job to kind of, you know, push them through. And the good thing about it, we were talking about it earlier, is that, you know, guys are hungry, so they're going to sling the ball around, so it's more passes for us. But, you know, just be patient with them and go out there and make plays. We got to cut them some slack. we can't expect them to make perfect throws their first time out there, so we got to go out there and make more plays than we did today deep.
You guys got another guy on the way as well coming from Texas Tech, so I mean, what is that going to add to the mix?
It's more competition. I mean, competition produces or makes production, I guess. So we're excited to have him. I met him briefly. He seems like a good guy, and I think that all the quarterbacks and every position's aware that our jobs they're not set in stone. So we're going to work hard this spring.
Willie, you guys have obviously been under these new coaches on the offensive side for a year now. Is there a difference this year coming into the spring, just in terms of how much you can do right away and how comfortable?
Absolutely. I mean, we still have to go through, the most basic things today. So today was just kind of fun, just getting out there and running routes again and everything. But last spring was hard to even call it a spring, just because, we just had to work on our huddle the first day, and today, we're working on run plays and some base pass things, but it's much better. We're going to get a lot more work done. And there's just a different energy, I think. Last year we were all kind of not timid, but we were just like, what's going to happen this spring? How's it going to be? What do we expect? Now we know the intensity we have to come in with, and I think we kind of matched the coach's intensity today. Now execution's obviously a different thing, but the effort I think was there all around.
You matched Leffler's intensity today, you think?
I mean, I didn't match his cursing, probably not. But I think we all know what to expect from him, and we do. By the end of the spring, I will match his intensity, guaranteed.